Hello? Hey man. Hey man. What happened? Hey man, what's going on? I moved tile. That's what happened. Well, I don't know why it wouldn't go well. I'd be nervous. Went up to the place. My dad already bought it. Put it in the back of his truck. Drove here. Carried out to the room that we're gonna put it in. Went, yep. Now I'm back. Now it's like, what? 50 minutes? Yeah, I don't know why I said that. No, I'm making it terribly. So I just came here to report, and now I have to end my stream and go take care of that. It went atrocious. Like, oh my god. Are you allowed to stream twice a day? Yeah. I just... The alternative was I just left it off for 50 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, just here on this screen for 50 minutes. I'm probably gonna wait about the normal 7-minute wind up and then start going. Hey Necro, by the way, welcome. Should I answer questions people may have? How you doing, handsome? Love time. What is an emote? Why can I not see that? What is that emote? Am I supposed to be scared? No. Alright. Well. I'm good. Yeah, lose some time, no big deal. Yeah. I'm pretty strong. I'm supposed to go to town on the Hobo BNG. You thought I'll give him an hour, and I showed up right on time. That's the emote. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Say 30 minutes max? No, I didn't say max. Well, okay. Perhaps I didn't mean to imply max. Perhaps I did say max. $30 plus change. You know, a little extra 20. And was it an hour? Leave Taylor Swift won Super Bowl, just as you said. Yeah. And that's right. The Demons won from Check's Notes. Kansas. Versus the angelic city of Check's Notes. San Francisco in California. If it was 30 minutes minimum, I wouldn't you have any sort of pressure while driving? I didn't drive. I was just there for muscle. Music's so dramatic. Also, hold on. I should tap back in before my stream crashes. The other people you need to worry about, that's reckless. Okay, Mikey. Are you aware that Taylor Swift is dating an American football player? Are you aware of this? Other people they need to worry about that drive recklessly, like to crash into you like 2 weeks ago? It wasn't 2 weeks ago, was it? Yes, it was. Damn. I had no idea. Oh yeah, that's where the joke comes from, is that Taylor Swift happens to be dating a guy who plays I think a relatively prominent position on a football team. And they happen to go to the Super Bowl. And so there was this, like, the Super Bowl, beyond it being a normally large event, had this extra air where there were people that thought yeah, first of all, she's flying everywhere, so fuck her for wasting all that oil. But there are people who were excited to watch the football games because Taylor was involved, right? So that's part one. But then like part two is that a bunch of political heads were under the impression that Taylor is gonna be against the conservative nominee, who people like me to make a fun of with a voice. And therefore that means that she's bad, which therefore means that her boyfriend's bad, which therefore means that team is bad from Kansas, the conservative state, and you should instead cheer for the San Francisco team from the liberal state. Sure. They showed her some intense broadcasts every time the Chiefs had a good play. I didn't notice her between all the fucking commercials. I only caught a little bit, but all I watched were commercials. Like, it would be like, oh, this is the Super Bowl. All right, these messages. It was like a minute of gameplay. I mean, I guess that's what it is. A minute of game, and then ads. These people can talk about something. It was just kind of quite a spectacular thing. Because people are making a mountain of a molehill and all that. Mm-hmm. Ooh. As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope. What? What the fuck was that? Prosecutor Gavin? Yes. Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But air forehead. Hi, Com. Welcome. Hope you're... I'm gonna go with resting well. I don't want to say goodnight. Apparently I have, like, a magic spell I'll cast on you. So... it's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already. 7 years ago. Well, Mr. President. I can explain that. Drew, right? You wanted to get that letter in an envelope, pronto. Get it out of sight of my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope, he crammed it away. And, what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction? Mr. Justice, everything to say, the witnesses claim. That night, the victim put a letter that he had been writing in a red envelope. No. That's impossible. I like your expression. So full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. But note that this letter is addressed to Drew Mitchell. Oh? Why would he address the letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. I've been scooped. He's so skinny. I forgot. Order. Mr. Purcell, could you explain this to the court? My. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots. End quote. I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Purcell. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put the letter in that envelope, Mr. Mitchum sat there searching his desk for a drawer for something. His desk drawer. Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp. End quote. Ooh. Ooh. A stamp? Where for? Well, the mail's letter. What else? And then, why yes, I think I saw him put the letter into the box. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it inside the box. Well, apparently this yellow letter has nothing to do with this guy. Oh, how I wish it did. Just think if it were a suicide note. What a story. Star writes suicide note in front of a reporter. Balls. End quote. Oh. As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said... Yes, Your Honor. It makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope. Blackmail. $100,000 is quite a good deal of money. So this was from 7 years ago, yeah. So am I finished here? I mean, am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home, start writing. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that a rather unique face. Come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else. End quote. Even I noticed something. My eyes aren't what they used to be, and I don't have a bracelet that I'm allergic to. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. Is that his habit? Are you kidding? Judge has active imagination, end quote. Oh, please continue with your testimony. That's about the scent of a story. Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here, usually. Now check this one out. Here you go, comrade. I can't imagine. His glasses must be so fucked up. I cannot imagine putting a brush to your tongue and then brushing. Whoever designed this animation has never seen glasses, let alone worn them. Are you kidding me? Ooh. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter loved his story, gets his interview. End quote. Story considered a certain case from 7 years ago. The red envelope barely had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. Can we trust this witness's testimony? True, that's all you need to say. So you're threatening to go to press with this story? That's how you got your interview? Blackmail? Yes. I mean, no. It was something black. I mean, I'm not. There's something wrong, Mr. Purcell. Look. This is my story. My tidbit. Journalist info is livelihood. End quote. Oh. I see. I bet this guy likes that teeth level. Well, they had me chatting away in here. What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? They could be going to press while I'm going to waste. God feels your pain, Mr. Percival. Mr. Justice, pick up the pace. Second case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago. Ooh. Ashley, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter loved your story. Here's the interview. End quote. Story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent is without compare. Perceiving. Oh. Yeah, sorry, Eagle. Who's not here and he went to bed. I don't think it's here yet. I think I need to press them. I just went straight for it because I saw the bracelet. Anyway. The victim, Drew Misham, had an aversion to her borders? Oh boy, I guess. Not even considerable charms did that much for him. Until I finally got my thumbs up, that is. Maybe you can elaborate a bit for us. Exactly what sort of story was this? Oh, a little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing in between. And so I might have suggested I had a lead on this particular story, but I didn't threaten, or cajole, or nothing. Honest. So a suggestion was enough to get an interview. Mr. Misham must have really wanted to keep it under wraps. The story concerned... A certain case 7 years ago? Tell us, what case? Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case. Why not? It's about journalistic pride, and staunchness, and credibility, and connections. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body, end quote. So what'll it be? Gonna shickle me? Damn it, don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney. He sounds very determined not to talk. The chances of breaking him aren't looking good. On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. What makes you think that the two are related? Oh, I was just saying it's possible. Call it reporter's intuition, end quote. Hey, I say a lot of things. You gonna pick up all of them apart? Be my guest. All of them? No, just the incredibly suspicious ones. I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Misham? I bet his Phoenix has fingerprints all over. Do I have something about... Wait, what? I thought he was beating his head with this. Should I, Okay. Should I do, the envelope? Is he wearing makeup? I don't think so. Save. Lanky doesn't want me getting, like, a scrape on my knee. Oh, by the way, comrade, check this one out. I'm just saying. Just how amazing was Mr. Misham's talent?
Huh? Oh boy, I mean, hey, he's a star, man, a star. The flow of his brush is like a great undulating river across the canvas. Artist's penis lights up street like sun. End quote.
This guy's full of wacky gestures. That one just now was wackier than usual.
It's kind of nervous to me, Apollo.
Definitely. I'm sensing something different than before here. Maybe it's time to bring out you-know-what.
It's gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, okay. I'll check that one out. Playing parallel with the drawing that drew Misham out of hiding. I wonder what I'm gonna do with Mr. Misham's art. Oh! You got the forging? What case?
Let me say one thing, I can't talk about that. No.
I need to do perceiving on the last demon. Perception check. Yeah, really. I should press R to perceive. Oh, hey, speaking of. No, I'll talk about it later. Pertinent to the D&D crew. That's straight. Fuck, I didn't mean to press him. My middle mouse button died and the scroll wheel's so random I programmed the side buttons to scroll up and down. I need a new mouse. That's fair. Why not just use page up and down on your keyboard? Present some evidence. Okay, Maya. Nope. I didn't think that was it either. I think we have to perceive something. So defensive. Is his eye gonna twitch? Oh man, end quote, he's lying. Did you not update the emote? I have yet to. Tell you what. We made people wait 50 minutes. How about a little more? SJ updating emotes. Well, it's difficult. I have to like re-upload it in its entirety. No, the option is when you zoom, you also need to hold Alt, Shift, Control programs. I see. Because look, I'm gonna show you what's going on. I click on fewer words, emotes. I can't just click on wiggle and then choose like a new base. I have to like delete wiggle from existence. Delete from library. And then upload a new one. And then put it back in. Oh, by the way, we have 4 more animated slots and 2 more bonus animated slots. So 6 more GIFs available. This still looks weird in the Discord. I think it's because of, it clipped. Mikey didn't want it clipping. So there you go, now it's updated. I had to think of something else. I mean, if you want. 6 is a lot of slots. I'm sorry. No, don't be. I'm the one that failed you. I'm sorry, and I will not accept an apology from you. You put that back where it came from, or so help me. Understand? Also, add the wiggly emo in Discord. Yes. Although I'm a bit slow on that because there's not a lot of people who can use it. However, there you go. It's in Discord. If you wanted, why don't you make it a sticker? Less people can use. We can discuss this later. How the fuck do I make a sticker? There you go. Here's your sticker. Because I think Discord features are stupid. That's why I didn't make it a sticker. But there you go. Now it's both a GIF and a sticker. Sticker. I don't get it. I don't get stickers. I get emotes to a degree. Stickers? Just post the image in chat. You can do that. You could post any image you want. It's just strange to me. Anyway, there's your sticker. So we gotta interview this clown. Who wants to download that and find the image with Google is trash? Alright. I just, okay. I can't imagine somebody, okay, here's this line of, here's this whole line. Somebody joins my Discord. They have Nitro. They're in another Discord. They want to share the SJ Wiggle. They want to share the SJ Wiggle larger than a normal emote. and they don't have permission to post the GIF. So the sticker is perfect. Seems strange. That's me complaining about Discord, not Mikey's emote. Mikey's emote is wonderful. Discord's just strange with the things that they try to push on you. I think because they're kind of cornered. Because if they took things that I would actually be willing to pay for, like the services that are default to Discord, I'd be mad. So, oh yeah, so you can't upload files anymore. I'd scream. Anyway. What is this? I mean, pressing this said that he was suspicious. He knows he's a fake. We need to press him into knowing that he's a fake by perceiving his little itchy lie. I think it's the last bit about without compare. Because the phrasing of it is, if you know that he's a forger. I've never failed one of these. As in, like, pressed into it and then... His tell is weird. Am I in the right spot for it? Like, as in, like, this is the line that I do, like here. I'm pretty confident that this is where we need to be. And it's the last string of it, without compare. Don't remember. But what you do remember is that it's weird. Wait, does his jaw move more? Does he talk faster? It's not his mouth. Okay, I believe you. I hear your heart beating. Fool. I was personally thinking it might be like his toothbrush here starts twirling. Jesus Christ. Start flexing? No? Is it his... He wiggles? Wiggles what? I was thinking it could have been like his toothbrush or his ears. But, or maybe his eyebrows. Did he fuck up his glasses? No. I'm going crazy. Joe! Please, what was it? His hair starts growing. Might not be this line. Yeah, I think we would have seen it by now. Ooh. 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 There's no way it's the throat again. It's not. I don't think it's this pose. So I think it's when he's posed up like this. The toothbrush up. Imagine the lawyer's like, say it again. He gets like way up in your face. He said it wasn't his mouth. Joe, that is. You think it's his eyes? It was that one? It is the only one with the unique animation. The other ones are shared. Well, it's not when he says end quote. I don't see it. It's his nose. I bet it's his nose. Yeah, check out his shoulders. But I bet it's his nose. When the time comes. I don't think it is this. Nose and the shoulders. I still think it's this line. Or the red envelope line. In general, but not with this new certainty. Someone's watching this and they're pissed. They're like, come on, it's right there! Oh, no, you passed right over it! No! Oh. Want me to make it easier? Yeah, sure, what's up? Google says statement 5 was correct. So I was right, and the tell is weird. So it is here, and the tell is weird. Forehead. I'm checking his cheeks. Can you go down? This is as down as I can go. Check his cheeks.
Yes. Yes. Gordon Freeman. Check his cheeks. Yes.
Does he start sweating? Oh my! Gotcha! Sweat much, Mr. Bruchel?
Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know.
It's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, he suddenly began to sweat buckets. You're hiding something about his talent. Why did he start speaking? Why did he open his mouth? That was weird. You're hiding something about his talent.
What?
That's ridiculous. If it's time, show our Mr. Misham's true talent lay. It just so happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in that letter.
I can't help but wonder what the court is supposed to conclude from this evidence.
Oh.
Other than that, you've made a horrible mistake. Man burns bridge, forgets to cross first. End quote.
It's the letter. It's the letter. Wait, the talent mentioned in that letter is not this? Is it? What? It? What the fuck? Is it this? So when I present the forgery, I'm wrong. When I present the one that he was forging, I'm right? I showed his in the middle of making it forgery, which apparently makes it wrong, but I show the painting that was going to be forged. You need to show present the stolen painting. It's implied. Is whatever. This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. It's forged in process. Isn't that more of catching someone's hand? Like, that's catching them red-handed, is it not? There are two problems with this painting. The first is it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio that I presented earlier that was wrong. Because they go together.
They go together. Both of them together mean something.
Hey, remember what I said this 5 minutes ago? You called me a dumbass? Whatever. Cosmo is here. I'm so confused. We have a letter discussing payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business is making forgeries. What a weirdo. That is all, Your Honor.
Everyone, please. Everyone. Can we keep this private? Please? This is my story. My scoop.
Forgery. That's a serious crime.
Drew Mitchum is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in other kind of art until a few years back.
Another art? Meaning forgery?
Drew Mitchum was talented, alright. Talented making precise, detailed fakes. The fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover.
Certain criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about...
Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumors started circulating 7 years ago.
7 years ago? So, are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for...
Exactly. Forged evidence nets tidy profit, end quote.
Oh.
Order. Why, it's like our victim was living a double life.
Ah, this is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have been plenty of enemies who we know nothing about. This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. It's right back and forth. But says there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was and remained simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug at night. And you, of course.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I could have done it. And maybe I did. Wouldn't that be wacky, don't you think? Hey, the only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews.
Well, Mr. Burchell, your testimony at this point has been quite unreliable. Doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. A journal is so solid you could stand an elephant on it. End quote.
In any case, that was your summarized recap of your testimony. If we can sustain the situation in the studio from the recap, trial's over.
Paulo, what is he talking about?
Cross-examination showed Mr. Burchell had reason and means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, then the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Burchell, testimony, please.
Ooh. Ooh. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She's been as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug, and nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, without room for doubt.
Ah, shucks. You really think so?
I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your final cross-examination. I'm certain there's not about 4 more hours of content left involving this case.
Right.
I have 1 trump card left to play. Won't let this trial end until I use it. I haven't seen this regional beat before. You can thank Mikey for this this Phoenix Wright drip.
Ooh. The only other prisoner.
But that doesn't prove Vera poisoned it. How many times have we heard that one hair forehead? The poison reaches victim via that coffee mug. And from where did that coffee come? Not to beat the dead horse again, and again. Perhaps you could fill us in.
I'm on it. You need a horse to beat? I'm your man.
And you witnessed her pouring the coffee?
Of course I didn't witness it. When she came in with that tray, the coffee was already poured and steaming. Let's not forget the defendant was admitted to pouring coffee herself. Heard a statement, I poured, I served, and I killed. What? That last part was just a joke.
I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere with this coffee mug.
I need to find another weak spot in this case. The only thing I touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug.
I mean, I can just do this now. Nope, that was wrong. That was stupid. I was under the impression that perhaps he kissed the photograph. And that's like his lip marks. You sure about that?
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
Well, those candies might have been poisoned.
Yet, at the moment of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of milk filled the room, and no mint residue was found.
It's a long shot anyway.
Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, you have some proof.
Possibility is there, I can feel it. Just pin back and prove it. Not yet. Possibility isn't gonna cut it, not now. Mr. Missum ingested that poison via a route other than coffee.
Fuck it, I can prove it. Proof is possible.
Gotta risk it.
Oh, excellent. Let's see your proof then. Please show us your evidence. What evidence shows that the victim was poisoned via his coffee mug?
Let's go with the frame, please. Oh no.
Must explain this over and over. We don't need possibilities here, Herr Forehead. We need proof.
I know that.
You should also know that every proof has its moment. Perhaps you're a bit early.
I could tell you what we know about this point. Victor put nothing to his mouth but that coffee mug.
Another hole in this case that needs plugging before I can prove anything. First things first, I better uncover a weak spot before I try to strike again.
Mark cross-examination.
Oh, that was a weird one. They're like, yeah, man. You got it. But, wait. Not one thing? You sure?
Yep, sure as can be. Well, with one exception.
Well, one exception? What?
Journalist Spark Bushel does interview, leave studio, end quote. Come on. It's a joke, get it? Not funny? I know, but still.
Did something else? Does something else leave the studio that night?
Why does that sound familiar?
I've heard something like that before. Well, now that we've proven our witness is a comedian, what a dumbass. I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, anything, might have left us real that night? Well, yeah, just one thing.
I think one thing might have very well left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that vanished from the crime scene.
By what you mean? Something other than our witness?
Of course. Don't tell me. Wer Missum? Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional.
Well, then, let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows it could have been taken from the scene. This is the only link between the studio and the outside world.
Our letterbox?
What did Mr. Burchell just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, it's true. Furthermore, he wanted to tell us that he put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox. But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night, the yellow envelope disappeared. Ah, yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing.
Huh? That's a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got to Mr. Missum. Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared?
Well, if it did disappear,
and something did leave the studio that night. It seems very important to me. Very well then. The witness provided to his testimony.
You got it.
I sure think this fails to change anything at forehead.
I wouldn't be so sure. The letter disappeared from the crime scene that night.
It's exactly the opening I've been looking for.
I hardly think that matters.
Nothing could be more serious than an envelope disappearing from the studio.
And you were hiding that fact from us.
Yes, actually.
I don't argue the possibility that a letter disappeared from the studio.
But Herr Forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us?
Right. How Mr. Mission was poisoned, I know. Mr. Brutal's testimony has changed. Because the facts of the case have too. What he told us means something entirely different now. I'm starting to think.
Let's keep thinking, Apollo.
I'm doing it now.
Nope.
What the fuck are you talking about? Boy? Guys.
Alright, we got this. Hardly matters.
Die.
So in that case, I think we can go back and do this.
You're sure about that?
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling me candies the whole time.
The candies.
Herr Forehead, you're stupid. Fuck.
Why, you think you're stupid? Well, Mr. Justice, there's some proof.
Now, proof is possible.
You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, Herr Forehead, not possibilities.
Of course. And Prosecutor Gavin,
I understand.
I'm ready to give you that proof.
What did you say?
Why was that so out of pocket?
I have proof of the disappearing envelope. I saw him writing a letter, I did.
Which was picked up by the mailman, I assume?
Of course. Which means that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp? Ah!
As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp.
No one was talking to actually lick stamps in this day and age.
Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all.
Okay, so he licked the stamp. But wait,
how does that explain to Antiquine on the rim of the coffin milk? If he licked the back of a poisoned stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yeah? What would then happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth?
bozo?
Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing. It was the other way around.
Right?
The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Mission. Mr. Mission poisoned the coffee mug himself. Oh, so it's suicide.
Order. But that doesn't.
Recall, if you would. Antroquine is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on an envelope, but his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to the cup of joe.
You have something to add, Mr. Brutal?
His nose is picking up another scent. As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, Cece. After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Mission sat there searching his desk in order for something. Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp. End quote. But you know, I don't remember ever finding one.
Or maybe just ran out. Incidentally, we set a desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps. Not a single one. That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison?
Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poison possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove it was the stamp must have seen in the first place.
Well, let's see what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poisonous stamp?
The empty frame.
Well, that certainly is a cute little frame. And by little, I mean really little.
It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself.
I noticed that too during my inspection. So far.
Apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important.
Missing something?
Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Antraquin residue.
What? Why wasn't I told about this?
The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller, maybe an inch wide at most.
You aren't saying...
Oh, what I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? Commemorative stamp, perhaps? Commemorative, even, if you were to pronounce it correctly? Outdated autopsy frame. A dragon.
Order. Where's your stampers in this frame?
Get out of that hobo outfit, you're not that cool.
He's just like me for real.
Impossible.
Prosecutor Gavin.
Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had a desk so he could commit suicide in the mood struck. You know, can I say something? I had a thought. See?
Right, Mr. Russell. Please stop jitting around like that.
The victim is a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too, end quote. So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
This guy should be sentenced to death. Gavin? Me? Or, he's not even the defendant, is he? Are you talking about, the young Spark Brushel here, who's 36? Yeah. The pizza tower guy? He's just a dude. Kill him. We're working on it.
Oh, that's rich. That's rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gavin your song lyrics, please.
Finally, something we agree on.
The stamp was a murder weapon. Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who goes such lengths? No one.
I disagree.
Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you liked him. I do like him, but he's creepy. That's what I like about him. I like that everyone doesn't like him.
Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world, even in meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail.
The mail?
Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew read letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon. I may not have evidence, per se. Things are finally starting to come together. What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
Oh no. He's just like him. No, I am not like the pizza tower guy.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed.
Well, fill this in, Mr. Justice. I can hear you.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of death.
You can? Are you sure? we only have one life here. You don't know it. In the mail? Would it not just be in the mail? I believe he got instructed to use that stamp 7 years ago, but he didn't, so he didn't that stamp. Hold on, hold on. Wait. The enclosed it. You're right! Mikey's actually right.
Mr. This, the envelope, the one from 7 years ago.
Think about the text of the letter again. Yeah. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison, on the stamp, lick, gasp, end quote.
Yeah. Anyway, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right?
And he would put it in his letterbox. 15 minutes would have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath, and the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
Such a splendid imagination you have, Herr Forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago, yeah?
Is that what you have told us to believe? Really?
Well,
it's a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poison stamp in this envelope. A stamp that then became the murder weapon? How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence?
Well,
7 years ago, we don't even know who sent that letter. And your answer is silence? I see. Very well. I move to...
It's not to pick nice. It's not nice to pick on the Fraulein Clavier.
I knew it. I knew it was him. Emma?
Well,
like my Christoph Gavin impression. Do I sound like him? Oh my god. Jules predicted this twist. Don't quit your day job. Don't you have a crime scene to be looking over for online detective? Someone had to come digging out of the mess you're digging out of this case. Mess? You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted in science a little more. You can find out if that stamp was in that envelope. Easy. Care to explain yourself, a four-line detective?
Well, glare me all you want, but science is on my side. It's on the residue, right?
That's right! The poison detection spray.
Well, produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court. Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's antiquin residue.
Spray the judge.
I don't believe it. But a weapon from the past. Oh, 7 years later, the bears things at last. I need to sneeze. Oh dear God, no, stop talking. Wait. Oh, Jesus. That.
Absolute outrageous. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago? Well, there's one possibility. If Mr. Missum figured it out.
Oh, figured what out?
Well, he received that person who sent the letter wanted him dead, so he sent a reply with a different stamp.
Well, what is decisive evidence in a frame? Well, you're still here?
Can I make a statement here, on the record? I, Spark, Razor Tooth Bushel, claim this scoop is mine. Drew Misham killed in cold blood. by sender of 7-year-old letter, end quote. No, maybe something more succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay, end quote.
Order. Please. I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit, this is all coming as quite a shock. Think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp is ticket straight to afterlife, end quote.
Uh-oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo, I think we just won.
Oh, very well. This court finds a defendant.
It's just the right foot of our legal system.
Prosecutor, Gavin.
A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets for Gavin here shows are valid after 2 weeks.
Well, it doesn't make sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in Herr Forehead's claim. A contradiction? Poison stamp was placed in his envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed, until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did? Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poison. No, dumbass. 7 years ago, the photo Drew Misham sent a trap and put the stamp in the frame. I do not debate this. But this begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use that stamp on the right of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say he neared a stamp and he went, fuck it, I gotta use this one. He put a murder weapon in the frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot. You expect us to believe he sprung his rap on himself? You're just like him. That's something Phoenix would do. I'm just saying.
Well, I admit this is all quite shocking myself. It doesn't seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Follow. I don't think we're winning anymore. This when Nick sicks his jury at Gavin.
I'm glad we're on the back on the view world now.
Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you. Jesus Christ. Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope? I had to blow my nose, sorry. It's a poison stamp. Where exactly is the poison stamp again? Have you brought it to call for us? Why is everyone sneezing? Okay. I see no proof that such a thing ever existed. What about the antiquine residue, huh? Oh, I agree. That does seem a bit antiquine residue. But Herr Forehead, it's only no stamp. Yeah, but even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all. You're not saying for an hour he caught all the illnesses.
I believe we come to a conclusion again.
Apollo were wrong the whole time? The poison traces match up. It can't be a coincidence.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of the poison etching on the document inside that envelope. Similar trace was also found at the crime scene, on this tiny picture frame. Defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope, and the envelope that left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it.
Yes, but even if the envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used that stamp.
I'm afraid you're right.
He didn't know the stamp was poison. He got lucky for 7 years straight. Final answer.
This whole trial. Why don't they just ask Vera if she did it? What are they gonna do? Not believe her? Her? She's gonna be like, maybe I put the mug in, maybe I put the stamp on the mug. I don't know. Fuck. No, you didn't. It's not on there. It's lip shaped, ma'am. Please.
Which means there's a fatal flaw in the defendant's case.
I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time. I'm sure of it. Traces of entering the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death are all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of this evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be a fake. A fake clue. Fascinating. If he finds this fake, wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah. The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison trail is none other. Is it the frame?
Drew. Drew is the fake. She just starts introducing more incriminating evidence that never existed until now.
What is fake? What would be the best for us?
The envelope is fake. Why did he use... If the envelope is fake, why would he use a poison stamp on his desk? If the frame is fake, why would he open a red envelope from 7 years ago and use the stamp inside? Because he needed a stamp? And he just never opened it? I think it looks like a joke answer, but I think it's Drew.
The victim was a fake clue. Afraid I don't understand.
I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Oh, congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is not the master of fake himself, the forger? It makes a good story, I'll give you that.
The fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Ah. I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right. I'm going with it anyway.
Classic.
What if our forger is the fake?
Oh, come again.
7 years ago, our forger sniffed the trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies? Why?
Well, that's what I wanted to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake.
Here we are again. The victim was a fake.
One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake.
Order. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake.
Then, if he was the fake, who's the real forger?
You better not be claiming that there's some kind of switcheroo.
I'm afraid you're going to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Misham was.
Drew Misham wasn't the real forger.
There's only one other person it could have been. Oh my god. Forger Drew Misham himself was a forgery. The real forger was Vera. There can only be one explanation.
There has to have the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham.
It's the only line, Mikey. It's the only way.
Mr. Justice, this is going on a limb even for you.
I gotta agree. I mean, Vera, a forger? Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. The forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense. One more thing.
The only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio: Drew Missions and Vera Missions. If we know that Drew Mission wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Mission. Well,
Fascinating.
Vera Mission. We've been paying attention to the trial so far.
let's just ask her and we'll be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Mission? Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. Staring, even. I'm used to being stared at by Frauleins, believe me. So they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? Yes. The smile!
So the forger Drew Mission was you?
Yes, it was me. Oh, the crying face. Oh.
What? Alright.
Court was in an uproar, and it wasn't calm. It wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess. 10 whole minutes. Holy shit. How about that, huh? Bye. What the hell? Oh, shit. I apologize. I hate that. Thank you to Sylvie for 42 months, Lou for 26 months, and Evil Unicorn for the following. Oh, and Eagle for 28 months. Oh, jump! Anyway, I'll see you guys later.